Okay, top 10 men's club managers in Europe. According to ESPN.com, it was our Tor Christian Carlson who put together the best managers in the men's game. He spoke to people within the game, CEOs, sporting directors, chief scouts and coaches for some added input. We're bringing you the top 10 of his list right now. You can check out that article to see all 30 over on the website. Ali Moreno has got a bit of a
before I get to the list, and I don't pretend to do people's job here in the production department, but I do believe that we could have presented that list a little bit better, from 1 to 10 rather than from 10 to 1. Because number 1 is Luis Enrique, lost over here somewhere bottom right. Again, I don't want to do people's jobs. I'm just merely suggesting that it could have been better. That's all. It also could have been better, this list, because I'm not even going to focus on the top 10. I got to number 18, and you lost me already. They have an 18, Diego Simeone. Now, say what you will about Diego Simeone. A lot of people hate the way that Atletico Madrid plays. And when I say a lot of people, Stevie Nicol is one of those people.
Because a leopard doesn't change its...
Yes, right? But what you cannot deny is that Atletico Madrid, let's just go back to last season, Champions League semifinal. And again, whatever you may think of the playing style, look at what Diego Simeone has done at Atletico Madrid and how he has changed who they are. He made Atletico Madrid a team that was relevant and continues to be relevant across Europe. That was not the case when he took over. Historically, he is the best manager they've ever had. And again, we go back to last season, semifinals of Champions League. You cannot tell me that there are 17 club managers that are better than Diego Simeone. As much as I don't like the way that they play at times, as much as I criticize some of the approach, there are not 17 managers, club managers, better than Diego Simeone in Europe. I'm not buying it.
I'm very curious as to what you say to this, Stevie, because it is well documented how you're not usually the biggest fan of Diego Simeone. But do you agree with his placement on this list?
Yeah, I kind of look at it from the wrong way around, probably. I agree that some of the names ahead of him are a bit of a head scratcher. You know, and I think, honestly, one of the biggest for me is Unai Emery at number 5. 5th best manager on the planet. Unai Emery said 2 big jobs, Arsenal and PSG, and neither of them really worked out. And the other jobs, everybody's saying how great they've been, but it's with teams that are not expected to do well, but teams that end up winning the Europa League.
But at
the end of the day, if you want to talk about the Europa League, you cannot hide the fact that the Europa League is a second-rate tournament. So if you want to be the guy who wins a second-rate tournament 1,000 times, that still, to me, doesn't make you the number 5 best manager on the planet.
So he's put it down to coaching acumen, style, people management, communication, achievements, and the X factor. You could argue that other coaches wouldn't have done that with the teams that he's taken over.
Yeah, but it's the level that he's done it at that is my point. He's done fantastic jobs with teams that weren't expected to do what they did. But does that make you the 5th best manager in the world? I don't think so.
Not for you. What about you, Don?
No.
No, I disagree with Stevie. I think from the criteria point of view, I think he fits a lot of that criteria. I think Cesc Fabregas in 15th, I think he's trending in the right direction. Arne Slot 8, Vincent Kompany 9. That one's the wrong way around to me. I think Vincent Kompany could have been a couple of spots higher up than Arne Slot. But I think on the Unai Emery one, I think when you talk about the criteria, if it's just on what you've won, and it's not obviously elite Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues or leagues that you've managed in, then you might be a few spots lower down, if you like. But I think on the criteria with player management and recruitment, well, no, because the criteria is the criteria. So I think Unai Emery comes 5th on what you're picking him for. So I tend to agree with that. I think Vincent Kompany should have been ahead of Arne Slot. And as I said, I think Ali makes a good point about Atletico Madrid, and I think Fabregas on 15th, I think is trending in the right direction.
Ali, if we may, on the top 10 now, what stands out to you?
Did I tell you that I didn't get past 18?
I just remembered one as well. Sorry, Ali.
Okay, well, while he's
No, it's all right. Look, I think. See, here's where I have, and I understand where Stevie's coming from with Unai Emery. You look at what Xabi Alonso was able to do at Bayer Leverkusen. And while I suppose on paper Unai Emery, of course, has been a longer club or a manager at the club level for longer than Xabi Alonso has, you can't deny that you have a historical, because it was a record-setting season with Bayer Leverkusen, and that's winning a league, winning above Bayern Munich, winning with a lesser team against Bayern Munich. You do that in the manner in which they did, going unbeaten, and you kind of go, that has to be more impressive than some of the other things that are going on with some of the managers in that top 10 list that are ahead of Xabi Alonso. And I'm not defending Xabi Alonso. I'm just, what are we placing importance on? Yeah. And so, as it pertains to achievements, then winning a Bundesliga season against Bayern Munich in the manner in which Leverkusen did is more impressive to me than Unai Emery winning a Europa League. That's where I kind of go on that.
So,
it's been restructured by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I've got a question for Don. You will know more about Gasperini than me, right? You watch Italian football more than I do. But Gasperini's never had a plane or a boat outside of Italy, and he's never had any of the top jobs. How is he the sixth best coach on the planet?
Well, I think the job that he done at Atalanta was incredible. But if you're going off titles, Stevie, then I think you make a valid point. But Kay, do me a favour, read out the criteria for me.
Coaching acumen, style, people management, communication, history / achievements, and X factor.
That's
why the likes of Gasperini is high on that list. That's
what
why.
X factor?
What
X factor is?
No, because Stevie.
What X factor has Gasperini got?
He's got X factor. But what I'm trying to say is, when you look at the criteria, he's done the most amazing job without winning titles. If your criteria is number one, winning the very biggest of silverware, then that list would be completely different. But these guys on that list in the top 10, I disagree with Arne Slot. That's the standout one to me. How Vincent Kompany's not ranked higher than Arne Slot, I'll never know. But I think you have to look at the bigger picture, like the criteria sort of indicating that behind the scenes, the job that these guys are doing are absolutely amazing.
I'll tell you what.
I don't want to dwell on this, but Christian Kibu, number 10 in this list, best manager in the world, hasn't been around long enough to be number 10 in this list.
Just won a title with Inter.
But again, hasn't been around long enough to be a number 10. We're talking about the best 10 managers in the world, and Christian Kibu is in that conversation.
Mm-hmm. Who's the manager of Bodo Glimt?
Well, it's not Christian Kibu, I want to tell you that. Because
they knocked his team out. You know, if you're talking about the best managers in the world, we should be. Number one criteria has to be winning. Has to be winning. There's 1,000 coaches around the world in the middle of nowhere who have done incredible jobs at man management and getting players for their team and the whole thing, but they don't win nothing. They get nothing. But they're great coaches. If we're talking about the best coaches in the world at this level, it should be about winning. It's not about being a nice guy or a bad guy or he's such a tactical guy. At the end of the day, it's about winning. And if you're in the top 10 and the best managers on the planet, you better have some trophies sat behind you when you get the picture taken.
Again, Stevie, and I digress because we focus on the top 10. Ruben Amorim was in this list.
Yeah.
Yes.
How does he make the list? Yeah. How does he make the list?
No idea.
I mean, what? Come on now.
Michael Carrick was in the list.
I know.
Number 21. He's had 3 weeks at Man United.
Manager, seeing as though we want to give him a little shout out.
What was his name?
Kjetil Knudsen.
Yeah.
Okay, well, put him in.
Well, what he did. I mean, who did it?
Put him in.
Who did a better job last year than him?
Well, not Ruben Amorim, I'll tell you that.
Semi-final. I mean, come on. So, yeah, that's my problem with this list. It's about winning.
If you'd like to get as annoyed as Stevie, maybe you can go and check it out over on our website. But make sure to stay up to date with all the latest on our YouTube channel, including
cheers, thanks for
extra
that.
time every single day.